Well, it's the next day and I'm feeling exhausted. Everyone's feeling exhausted, but we can't rest. I need to get to Dong Van today. We're going to have 3 nights in Dong Van, so that'll be a good time to rest. But yeah, still feeling the effects of yesterday. It was so mentally draining, thinking that I'd killed myself and I'd led my family into danger. So it wasn't very nice feeling. If I'd fallen off the mountain, there were local people all around. The problem is that it was the local people that kept convincing us that, yeah, it's fine, that's the way to go. But for them, that was the way to go. That's their main road. For me, that was a path up a mountain. So not something I'd ever want to do again. If I was alone, maybe different and less load. That would have been fun, maybe. But it was not fun with the situation as it was. Thankfully, it's a new day, and now we're going to head off to Dong Van. What an absolute beautiful sight. Just come around this corner and we see this. Amazing. An absolute classic image of traditional Vietnamese countryside. Absolutely stunning again. This is beyond crazy. I tried to avoid a route that I took last year, so my family didn't have to go through anything dangerous. So I intentionally went to Bao Lac to avoid that stretch. Well, Google Maps has only gone and brought me along another stretch that's pretty much the same. You can see behind me, that's up, that's down, and we've come up about 1 kilometre on a road like this. No traffic. We've had to ask people, locals, if it's actually the right road, and everybody says, yep, that's the road to Bao Lac. I'm waiting for my wife to catch up because, quite frankly, I mean, my bike was not meant for this. It was never ever meant for this. So my wife's had to pretty much walk up the last 200 metres, and that's not distance, that's 200 metres in altitude. So maybe 1 kilometre, or maybe around about that, maybe a little bit more, but we've had to pull over and wait for her. But lovely, lovely jungle, lovely sounds, and these are real mountains. These are not like Lang Son, they are not like Cao Bang, and they are not like Hanong Bay. These are real mountains, and we've been climbing them for a long, long time. Keeping them out of the sun while we wait for Mummy. It's been a while now. Here she comes at last, and she has just come up about 200 metres in altitude, probably about a kilometre and a half. Not looking very pleased at the moment. So that's looking directly up to the top of the mountain. When I say mountain this time, I really mean it. Down the mountain. What we've just come up along this track, and we've still got to go further along it. Absolute nightmare getting through it, but it's gorgeous scenery, beautiful. This has quite literally been one of the hardest trips of my life. Bike rides, if you want to call it. We've come almost like 1.5 kilometres up into the sky from about 100 metres sea level, 100 metres above sea level. So we've come up a lot, and it's been pretty much all off-roading, and I'm not an off-road bike. I'm fully loaded up for roads. I've got my kid with me, I've got my wife with me. It's not meant for this. I can't risk them on the bike, so every time I come to dodgy bits, now they have to walk. So now I'm far up the mountain, I'm absolutely furious with Google Maps because it thinks that this is a good suitable route. Even the locals must find this challenging. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's the edge of a cliff there, the edge of the mountain, and that's down. And I've got to get my bloody bike up here. How I'm going to do that is I have got no idea. That's the valley that we've just come up from. So the very bottom of it, I don't know if you can see, but there's a river. We drove along that about 3 or 4 hours ago, and everything was seeming okay until we hit this mountain pass, and it's awful. This is the road to Bao Lac. I would not recommend this route to anybody, especially when you've got your family and a heavy bike. Well, the road's getting much better now, much better, easier to navigate, and this lovely little family have just helped us with some water. We've just got some water, proper traditional ethnic family, hard at work doing health improvement. They just helped us out with some water. Fantastic. A local that saw us driving past has just come to tell us that other tourists have been sent there by Google as well. So that pass that we've been through, we shouldn't have been going through it at all, but Google has sent other tourists through there that have then got lost. Thankfully we didn't get lost, we managed to get through, taking a well-earned break now, but this man is the man that's just followed just to make sure that we were okay. So I'm very grateful to him just for checking up on us. And there's the bike relaxing after a hard day, and so too the family. It's really starting to get late, getting close to 4 o'clock. It says we're about an hour and 20 minutes outside of Bao Lac. I would say maybe 2 hours. Depends on the road. Hopefully it gets better and better. Look at that. This is where are we? Bao Lac. Yeah, this is Bao Lac. And we can see one woman teaching her baby how to swim, playing in the water, and another woman washing her clothes. But the sun's just setting and it's been a really tough day. I've never had such a hard day. But we got here. We're just having a little wander around now. You want to go in the water, do you? It's pretty windy here. I'm sat in Puluang, so I'm about to give you the story of what happened on that corner from a beautiful location, but it looks like there's a storm on its way. I'll tell you about what was around that corner. As you know, we'd been driving for 3 to 4 hours, all uphill and off-road, so we were pretty much bouncing. Well, I was bouncing all the way up the road. We come around the corner and we saw that there was a little bit of a paved path. That's the only way I can describe it, about 2 feet across, but it was a real steep incline. I had an attempt at it, so I tried to go up it first time with my luggage on, but I got about 3 meters up and realised I wasn't going to make it, so I put the brakes on, shouted for my wife to put a brick behind the back tyre, which she quickly did. Then I got off the motorbike after a nervous 30 seconds where I was just gripping onto the brakes, leaving the bike in gear. But then I decided that I was going to walk up, look and see if I could see if it was worth it and see if there was another way of getting around. That's when I did the video clip, when I was very worried. I went back down and tried for the second time. But this time I took off the panniers, I took off the top box, and I carried everything up by hand, carried it to a little bit further down the road, so it was a clearing, I could leave all the luggage. And then the second attempt was much easier, so it was much lighter, got up there quite easily, to be honest. And then after that point it got very easy very quickly. As you can see with the next clip, you can hear the relief in my voice. But yeah, that's the little background about that corner. It was terrible, and the incline was about 10 meters high and maybe 10-15 meters in length, so it was a very steep incline, and that's why I couldn't get the bike up. Anyway, thank you very much for staying till the end. I hope you've enjoyed the little story behind the corner, and thank you. And you guys are the loyal followers, so hopefully I'll have a few more little extras and stories for you at the end of videos. So stay to the end, and then you'll be able to hear what's behind the story, or what was behind the corner in this case. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.